Welcome back to the press room. I'm your host, Cooper Serper, joined by, as always, my co-host and good friend, Nathan Bressel.
Your
second day in a row.
Yeah.
Back again.
Look at us.
I like
Hopefully this time it doesn't...
That is right. We are recording.
We are recording.
We are recording. Should I make sure again?
No, we're good.
We are rolling for sure. All right, let's get into it. Nathan, before we get into it, though, what is on your mind today?
I accidentally took a nap today. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing that a lot more often. And it hasn't been good.
Why is that?
Like, I'm very much a schedule person. And I don't know why. I've just been really tired in the afternoons when I get home. And I accidentally fell asleep today to a YouTube video. And you know how, like, on YouTube, when it, like, you finish one and it just goes to the next one if you don't click? That happened to me today. And I woke up to someone screaming that they hit a home run on, like, a wiffle ball game. I don't know how my algorithm got to that. But
so do you remember what video you were watching to begin with?
Yeah, it was a video about the Damian Lillard trade that we'll talk about here in a second.
Okay.
And it ended up on a wiffle ball like league walk-off home run. Someone screaming. Yeah. So that was
interesting.
That was my afternoon today. What about you?
Do you take naps every day?
No, I don't.
I try.
That's
I do.
why this is weird.
I usually do.
I don't
because I'm out working in the heat. And I just go home and I'm like, oh, I just need to take a nap real quick.
I don't. I try not to, but this week it's been crazy.
Yeah. But somebody's blowing me up. Okay. You want to know what's on my mind?
Yeah.
So last night we recorded our episode, right? Bro, somebody's fucking spamming me.
Who is it?
Some girl.
Oh.
So we're recording our episode, right? Talk about Taylor Swift. I gotta turn this off real quick. We're recording our episode talking about Taylor Swift. We talk about Taylor Swift for what, probably 10 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
I make that thumbnail, post it, Swifties welcome to football, whatever. So what I did, I made a private story. I put about, like, I don't know, 60, 70 girls on it.
On Snap?
Yeah. I just posted the thumbnail, new episode coming tomorrow. I just went through, kind of picked girls, like, either I've seen them at a Taylor Swift concert, or I just kind of stereotyped. They probably like Taylor Swift, right?
Sure. Why not?
There was 10 screenshots. There was 40-something girls that slid up on that shit, saying, OMG, this, like, I'm going to watch this, I'm going to tune in. So...
Welcome.
This episode we just posted. I hope you're back for this one because we have a new audience.
That's funny. You didn't tell me you were doing that either.
Never once have I had, maybe like a few.
Sure.
Girls give a fuck about a random dude sports podcast, right? Like, why would they? But guess what? Taylor Swift is involved. Yeah. Holy shit.
Now that you mention that, I wonder how many listeners the New Heights podcast had this week after last week.
1,000. Shit. Hundreds of thousands, bro.
That's crazy. So, I mean, if we're a smaller podcast and we're getting that many more new viewers just because
I didn't think...
Imagine Travis Kelce's actual podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's... I guess that goes back to how influential Taylor Swift is, and guess what? It's helping out the press room.
Speaking of this, I've had a couple people actually text me about this today, that they listened to the podcast yesterday about our Swift conversation, and I have had at least 3 individuals tell me that they think it's a publicity stunt, and I want to know your opinion on that.
I don't think it.
I don't think it is.
Not.
It's not.
Taylor Swift doesn't give a fuck
Taylor Swift
about that.
is so low key about like her whole general public figure, and also they're both filthy rich. Like, they don't need the money.
Okay, about that, I saw something. Taylor Swift's net worth is 53 times Travis Kelce's.
That's crazy.
That's fucking insane, bro.
That's crazy. But, like, still, like, they don't need the money. Taylor Swift's not going on podcasts and going on the Oprah Winfrey Show and, like, all this stuff. Like, she's pretty low-key, right?
Yeah.
And Travis, like, sure, he's a, everyone thinks he's an attractive guy and, like, he's a, bad boy and he's an all-American football player or whatever. But, like, I don't think it has anything to do with a publicity stunt because I don't think either of them want that for their relationship. Yeah. I think it's just something that blew up and they met because of it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he reached out and he
low-key said it, like he shot his shot.
If he would have never started the public thing, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, like if he didn't talk about his little friendship bracelet that he was going to do at the concert.
This is all because him.
Yeah, and he knows that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think he did that so that he could date Taylor Swift so that he could sell more jerseys.
No.
Like,
no,
I don't think that's the intent.
He doesn't give a fuck, bro.
No, like, he's chilling. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion.
Bro, also about Taylor Swift, this is funny. So, I asked my sister, I told her that you hit those tickets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did?
I asked her, I was like, would you rather go to Taylor Swift or have $1,200? And she was like, Taylor Swift. No hesitation. Taylor Swift. Like, bro. What are y'all on, bro?
So for those who don't know, I hit Taylor Swift tickets and I already sold them and I made like a fat load of money on them. So, and I still have 2 left that I'm giving to my sister for Christmas. So,
bro, that's
yeah.
I can't believe people pay that much for like nosebleed tickets, bro.
It's crazy. And she has 3 concerts. I won New Orleans tickets for Saturday night at the Superdome. Not this October, but the next October, right?
Literally
so like 13 months
now.
away. Yeah. So, and I got like nosebleed tickets. Like I was like one of the last like couple thousand people to get in this line, right? And I was lucky enough just to even be in the line because the way it worked with Ticketmaster is they sent you an email if you got in for your date and then you logged in at that certain time they told you to log in and you randomly got put in line somewhere.
Yeah, and you're sitting in a funky.
Yeah. So I was like 16,000th in line and the Superdome holds like 80,000 people and each user is allowed to buy up to 4 tickets. So if you do the math, 16 times 4 is 72.
Yeah.
So when I got in, there was roughly probably 6,000 to 8,000 seats left. And I was lucky enough to snag a couple tickets and sell a couple, but it's just crazy, bro.
Bro, I can't believe. I just can't believe like they're so. I just don't understand. I didn't expect to go on this Taylor Swift rant again, but here we are.
Yeah, why not?
I just don't understand how she has how you build such a cult following, such an audience that these people. I think there's literally Swifties that would like die for her. Like, oh yeah, like they will do anything to defend her. Like
it's toxic.
It's insane, bro. I've never seen a fan base like that, bro.
We thought sports were bad with some teams. Like some of these girls, man, are insane with this.
Bro,
this
it's
chick.
Crazy, bro. And I didn't expect to get. Whenever I made that story, like I said, I did not expect to get that. I didn't even know half the girls I put on there, but I was like, 20-year-old college girl. Okay, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's gonna know you. Okay.
Screenshots my story, and now she's watching my podcast. So
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Crazy.
Enough of Taylor Swift. News of the week: Damian Lillard shipped off to not Miami, Milwaukee.
Yep.
Never saw this coming.
Kind of out of the blue. The trade rumors picked back up this last week, and I never thought Milwaukee was a team. We heard a couple other teams that were in the mix that weren't the Heat, but Milwaukee was never really one that was on the radar.
And is Dame and Giannis the best duo in the league now? I think you could argue.
Yes.
I mean, you obviously can argue, but I think they are.
Yes.
I think they are.
Yeah. I think so.
I showed you that thing before we started. So Damian Lillard wanted to rescind his trade request if there couldn't be something worked out for the Heat. Blazers GM told him there's no coming back.
Yep.
And it says Damian Lillard was shocked and said he was discouraged to hear that he couldn't return. So if he couldn't go to Miami, he wanted to go back. His destinations were Miami, and then, okay, if I can go to Miami, might as well stay in Portland. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get something done in Miami, and now he's like...
Yeah.
So like, does he want to be in Milwaukee?
I think so. I don't know. There's just so many rumors that come out after a trade like that, because I also saw something that if he didn't want to go to Miami, which obviously the Blazers and him have had conversations that the Miami thing was just never going to work out. Like we saw what the package was. It was
it wasn't realistic.
Jovic and just first rounders. Yeah. And
it's
obviously, like if you're the Blazers, you're going to want like Bam or like something else involved. Yeah. Like you don't want just like
Tyler
Hero and like 4 picks.
Shit.
Like it's Damian Lillard. Like he's a top 75 player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I heard that he would have said yes to Brooklyn, Phoenix, and Miami. Those were the teams that I heard late. So I don't know how true that is, but if the GM rumor is true, I told you earlier that good on the GM. Like if you're the GM in that situation, you have to do what's best for your team.
Yeah.
If your star player, superstar player, has said, "Hey, I want out," and we're doing our best to try and find you a way out and grant your request, and then now you're like, "Oh, I want to come back." Sure, I get that you've been on our team for 11 years, but like...
We didn't waste all this time.
We didn't waste all this time just for you to pity around and come back and then also be maybe toxic to our team. Like, just think about... Not saying that Damian Lillard is James Harden, but like, hypothetically, James Harden has done the same thing for 3 years in a row, right? He's on a new team every year, and he wants out every year. And people grant him that wish. So it's like... And we just see how toxic he is with wanting in and out of these teams, and it's like...
Yeah.
Can you buy in someone? Like, can you buy in someone? Like...
But, I mean, it is, you can't really compare them, but I know what you're saying.
No, you know what I mean. It's just hypothetically.
Details of the trade. Portland gets Drew Holiday, which I saw that they're already actively shopping him.
Yeah, they'll flip him.
DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Camara. I know every single NBA player. I've never looked at like a roster, even like G League games. I know fucking every player. Never heard of this fucker.
Is he even on 2K?
Probably not.
I've
no
never
way.
heard of him.
I've never heard of this dude. Anyways, Drew Holiday, Ayton, this dude, 2029 first and 2 pick swaps. It's a 3-team trade, so Phoenix gets Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, our guy, and my other guy, Keon Johnson.
I think that's a good trade for Phoenix too.
You can argue like you might want Nurkic over Ayton. I like it for Phoenix.
Yeah, I think
Ayton,
they got more depth out of it.
In my opinion, Ayton is like inconsistent and just like sometimes very lousy.
Yeah, sure.
And I like Nurkic. I think
he's
I do
like
too.
A
solid.
It's obviously I think it's a little bit of a downgrade.
I think Phoenix got better overall.
I think they did too. They've already been a decently deep team. Now they're like deep. Like
what did they lose? Ayton? Did they lose anything else?
No, they gained 4 players.
Okay, yeah,
and they're already a deep team. So adding all these guys, like Nasir Little is a quality, he's a quality second,
Grayson
third guy.
Allen's a good shooter.
Grayson Allen's a great 6th man. He started for a long time.
If Keon Johnson's just gonna sit,
Keon's
there,
a good player. Like he's not bad.
Yeah.
So adding these guys to a championship team with Bradley Beal and Durant and Booker,
yeah, I mean
that's pretty solid.
I like it.
Yeah.
As far as Portland, I don't really know what the direction they're going is. I guess they're kind of just Scoot Henderson.
They want to run through their young guards.
Yeah.
Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson.
So, I mean, I guess we won't see them in contention for a while.
I don't know. I guess they could keep Ayton.
I mean, what are they going to get? They're just going
to I guess.
Trade him for something equal? Like, it's not going to do anything.
I mean, it'll have to match up contract-wise. But it's just going to be one of those things where if they do keep him, what's that role look like for him on the team? Obviously, he'll start, but just that camaraderie and how that's going to look within their system. So, it'll be interesting to see. But
does this you got the Bucks winning the East now?
They're going to be the heavy favorite now. I bet the Vegas after the trade. I bet the Vegas.
I'm
the
sure.
Bucks are the heavy favorite now.
Yeah,
I bet.
I don't see.
Props to the Bucks. Like, there's been rumors over the last month or so about Giannis talking about not leaving Milwaukee, but like him still wanting them and the desire to go all in for a championship.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going to happen with the core that they had with Chris Middleton and these guys getting old. Like, he needs some guys who are going to be there. Damian Lillard is obviously old, but like Damian Lillard is huge.
But I don't know if I sent you something or you sent me something talking about. I might have sent it to you on TikTok. I don't know. Just talking about how the range of like they can literally have Dame out here fucking shooting from the logo.
I sent you
And
that.
then Giannis just boxing everybody out in the paint.
Damian Lillard is the perfect type of player that complements the type of player that Giannis is.
Yeah.
Because they both do totally different things on the floor.
And we've seen all these super teams not work out so many over and over and over and over.
Yep.
But I really can't see how this just doesn't fucking work.
You can have as many stars as you want on the floor, but if they don't work together and don't complement each other, it's not going to work. For example, not saying that it won't work, but Kyrie and Luka play pretty similar games, right?
Yeah.
Luka needs the ball in his hands. They runs through him. Kyrie is not an off-ball guy. Giannis can run the paint and run the 10-foot area and drive the ball down and be a force like he is and just athletic and just be bigger and better than everybody. Dame can he can shoot, he can dish, he can do all these things, right? So he can find Giannis down low, he can drive the ball, he can get to the foul. Like, Dame is just a great player overall, and he can launch him from 35 feet deep.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to go check that out whenever
and be
they
staying
come
the
here.
whole game.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I feel like we'll be staying for a lot of the games this year. I think then we'll be competing, but we'll talk about that at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
Get some NBA in the episodes, but anyways, on from that, my Atlanta Braves are flaming hot, and Ronald Acuna is now the first ever 40-70 player in MLB history. And it's funny that he did it against the Cubs on a throwdown that Dansby Swanson caught, and he was safe.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you saw, but the Cubs announcers were like, what are we doing? Why are we... They're stopping the game to... This was in Atlanta, too.
Yeah.
And they, did a little... Take a few minutes and, give him a little highlight.
Yeah, give him his praise or whatever.
And the Cubs players were the Cubs announcers were like, this is ridiculous. What are we doing here? Stopping the game? I was like, bro. If you guys had... Imagine in 2016 if Chris Bryant went 40-70.
Yeah.
Y'all would have...
Y'all would have... Yeah. The Cubs just aren't used to having players do that.
Yeah, so that was interesting. But as you know, I've been a Brayson my whole life, and Acuna's he's just on a different fucking level this year, bro.
He's different. It's sad that baseball doesn't get the publicity with their stars after seasons like they've had, but hopefully that changes. People make baseball more exciting and stuff.
Yeah,
we get more attention on it because Acuna and Ohtani are like generational athletes.
Dude, Acuna, bro,
generational.
I did not think Acuna would come back from this injury that he had last year and do this, bro.
Insane. People, I had someone ask me the other day at a card show, the last card show we were at. They were talking about who should win the NL MVP because we're talking about the buybacks for tops.
Yeah.
And I was like, Acuna, it's not even a question. This was like a month ago. And they're like, you don't like Mookie Betts or Matt Olson? I was like,
fuck no.
Have you seen what Acuna does? Bro, he's hitting 340, 70 stolen bags, 40 home runs, 100 RBIs. Sure, Matt Olson's probably hit 50, 60 home runs.
He's hitting 250.
Yeah. Like, okay, great. But, like, Acuna is different.
Bro, like, no.
It's another level.
It's fucking great. And I hope he.
And they're like, I'm a Freddie Freeman fan. I'm like, great. Freddie Freeman's great. But, bro, Acuna is the guy. He's the best player in baseball.
Bro, I need to get a jersey. The fact that I've literally, I kind of hate being a Braves fan at this point right now because I feel like people call me a bandwagon, but it's just that's where I mean I'm from Tennessee and that's just what
Acuna. Besides, obviously Ohtani's a different breed. He's the best player in baseball because he can do both pitching and hit. But Acuna is probably the best baseball player. I think he's better than like prime Trout, just because like he can get in the playoffs at least. Which sucks.
Yeah.
But Acuna
it is what it is.
Different, bro.
Yeah.
I love him.
I need to get a signed ball. I need something, bro.
Yeah. He's crazy.
I don't have anything's crazy. All right. I saved this. I'm sure you saw it, but tonight begins a stretch of there being at least one college football or NFL game for 54 of the next 55 days. Next Tuesday is the last scheduled day without football until November 22nd, which is the day before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
That's fucking awesome.
I did not know that.
Football every day.
That's cool.
54 out of the next 55 days. There's some kind of football game on, college or NFL.
I'll take it. Tuesday night, Miami of Ohio versus Toledo.
Like, hey, bro, you got nothing to do.
I'll be on Prize Picks gambling that game.
I won't be. I'm fucking terrible at betting. Yeah, I'll put more money in my account once basketball comes around.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our preview of the college football week. First game we'll talk about Utah, Oregon State. I should have wrote down who was at home for each game.
I think it's Utah is home this game.
Either way,
Oregon State's home this game.
They're favored by 4.5.
Utah?
Oregon State.
Oh, then yeah.
And they're I think they're ranked 20. Utah's like 13 or something.
Yeah, that's why they're ranked. That's why they're favored is because they're at home. I would assume that line is also meaning that Cam Rising still is not playing.
They said Cam Rising was coming back this week. That's what I saw.
That's an interesting line then. I like Utah, but I also like Oregon State. But
yeah, Utah's
if that's the
10,
line,
bro.
I'm going to go Utah on the road.
Oh, bro, I think Oregon State's really good. But if Cam Rising is playing though, I think Utah wins that though.
Yeah, I like Utah on that.
Like by more than 4.5. USC, Colorado. Obviously, Colorado coming off a disappointing week. Another back-to-back games like that is very tough, but like it is what it is. And
conference play.
USC is favored by 21.5.
Imagine this game if they didn't lose to Oregon last week.
Yeah,
bruh.
Yeah, that'd
but
be insane.
Obviously, it's not what we're doing. But still,
USC is favored by 21.5. Either they're gonna shit on them and they will win by 27, or Colorado's gonna like. Because, bro, USC had trouble last week with... Who did they play? Arizona State?
Yeah, Arizona State. It was a close game till like the middle of the third quarter.
I was watching that. It was like 12:30 a.m. and I'm like...
It was close to like the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, and then they went up by... It was like... No, they went up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. And that's why I turned... It was still fourth quarter, though.
Okay.
Like, it was... So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. They need Travis Hunter, though.
Yeah.
And I saw he said something... I'm not taking no for an answer, but
like...
At the end of the day, it isn't his decision.
The trainers have to give you your helmet, bud. So
it isn't his decision.
You can't just run your way onto the field.
I'd like to see him play because he is their best defensive back and their best receiver. Yeah. He's their best fucking player.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I think obviously USC.
I don't know the severity of that injury. It's like a liver. It's internal bleeding.
It's in his ribs.
It's like internal bleeding. Yeah. So I don't know.
You got to be careful.
Maybe you can play defensive back and not receiver because you're not getting targeted.
He could be in pain and know that he can play through the pain, But also, like, if it's internal stuff, like,
yeah, you got
to be careful with that because you don't know how severe it is.
So, what's your predictions for the game?
USC, all the way.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they cover by 21.
You think so?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't think Colorado.
It's not going to be like 42-0. I don't think.
I think going into halftime it's going to be like a tie 3-point game.
I could see it being like at half like 21-7.
I could see it being like 20. But USC's defense is not good.
I mean, neither is Colorado's.
I know, but they're gonna score. Like Colorado's gonna score a little bit.
Yeah,
they're not gonna get fucked on like they did against Oregon.
I don't think it's gonna be like 31-24 at half.
Like, no, not that high. But Colorado's gonna score 20.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm assuming the line's probably like 74 or something.
I don't even know. I can't see that on
here. I just think a lot of the scoring will be done in the second half.
Like Colorado's gonna score 30 points.
Okay.
I think so.
I don't know if I could take that, but. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if USC runs the 21.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'm going to go USC wins just because I can't.
Caleb Williams' touchdown line is 3.5, like it always has been. So.
And yeah, he hits it half the time.
He hits it, which is crazy.
Okay, LSU Ole Miss. LSU favored by 2.5.
Yep.
LSU is number 13. Ole Miss is number 20. This is at Ole Miss. I'm gonna say, dude, I know you said you think LSU is gonna.
Yeah, I have LSU covering that 2.5.
I think. I mean, like if they win the game, they're gonna win by more than. If they win the game, they're gonna win by 3.
You would hope, at that point.
Like if this was like a 5.5, I'd say they don't cover it.
Yeah,
but like it's such a small spread because, bro, I think Ole Miss could. I think Ole Miss. Could.
The reason why I like LSU is just the momentum that the teams are in right now. Like last week, Ole Miss had a tough time with obviously Alabama being a good football team. LSU, the last couple of weeks, they've just been kind of on a roll with their offense. I think LSU explodes offensively this week. I think they go for another 40-ish point game.
This is at Ole Miss. So I'm gonna say it's close, bro.
I don't think it's as close.
It's gonna be close.
I wouldn't be like. That's why I chose them to cover because I think LSU can win this game by 10 points.
It's gonna be close.
I don't think it'll be close. That's why I chose that. LSU 2.5.
I'm going Ole Miss.
All right.
Ole Miss is gonna win.
We'll see.
Ole Miss is gonna win that game. South Carolina, Tennessee. At Tennessee, night game in Neyland. Black uniforms, sexiest cultural uniforms of all time. Revenge game. Spencer Rattler's got to come to Neyland now, buddy. Welcome.
We saw what he did last year.
It wasn't at Neyland.
I know.
It's different.
But it ruined your hopes and dreams.
It did. We would have been in the playoff. He's going to pay for that this week.
What a time, yeah.
Tennessee's favored by 12.
I think it'll be close until
I think
the fourth quarter.
I think we're gonna open it up. Obviously, I'm being biased, but like
you think Tennessee wins by more than 12?
If we run Hendon Hooker's offense, yeah. If Heupel runs the shit we've been doing this year, we might lose.
Yeah.
But after what's already happened, bro,
they got something to prove this game.
You have to.
They ain't forgetting about last year.
Like, bro, if Heupel comes out here and runs bubble screens the whole game, then maybe he should be fired. Maybe my dad's been right all along.
I have Tennessee in this game. I think that 12.5 line is pretty accurate. I think it'll be close until about the fourth quarter, and then Tennessee will pull away.
I'm going to say Tennessee wins by more than 12.
Okay. I like it.
Notre Dame, Duke. Notre Dame favored by 5.5. This is at Duke. Duke's 4-0.
This is another upset prediction. I have Duke winning this game.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to go Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But, like,
I think
I'd be here to see Duke win.
I like Duke. I like their offense. I like Riley Leonard. Notre Dame had a tough loss last week to Ohio State. Obviously, we talked about it last episode. I'm eager to see how they play on that.
Keep 11 players on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll win the game.
I'm eager to see how they play. I think Duke wins a close one.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame. Kansas, Texas. Texas favored by 16.5. I think they win by more than 16.5.
I have Texas winning, but I have them not covering the 16.5. I think Kansas will keep it close.
Okay. I mean, Kansas has been playing good this year.
Yeah, they've been playing really well.
One game I didn't.
And they can put up some points.
One game I didn't write down. Not that I want to talk about the game, but I want to talk about the player that runs the team. Washington and Arizona. Bro, Michael Penix is a fucking dog, bro.
He's good. Him, And I like Cam. I'm a big Cam Ward fan for Washington State.
Yeah, I mean,
those guys are.
They're
crazy.
very similar.
Yeah,
they're very similar.
They're good players.
But bro, I've literally been on Michael Penix since he was in Indiana. I swear, bro.
Yeah.
I've known he was that guy, bro.
Yeah, I've known who he was.
And now he's just crazy, bro. Okay. NFL.
Okay.
First game, Falcons Jags in London. Jags favored by 3. The interesting thing about this game, which I think is very cool, they're doing a little AI thingy.
Yeah.
Where they're doing Toy Story in
yeah. They've done Nickelodeon in the past for the London and the Europe games.
Yeah, but that was just like the slime thing.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
This is like you can literally watch it in it's cartoons, bro.
Okay, this will be really interesting.
It's like AI. It's in the what's the kid's room? What's the kid in Toy Story? Yeah, it's in Andy's room.
You didn't know Andy, bro?
I just forgot it. Shut the fuck up. It's in Andy's room, and they literally showed it like a rug.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Field, and it's literally like you're gonna be watching the game and like it's like cartoon.
Okay, I actually will watch that then.
It's at like 9 a.m. So
I mean, I'll
get up. I'm interested. Even if I don't watch the whole game, I am interested to see. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
that'll be cool. Could you have winning the game?
Jags, they got to bounce back, right?
What's the line?
They're favored by 3.
I like the Jags.
They just got fucked on by the Texans.
I'm taking the Jags. I think both teams. I think the Falcons win this game too, but I need the Jags to pull something through because Trevor Lawrence is crapping the bed for my fantasy team. So
they got to bounce back, but they just got fucked on by Tank Dell and CJ Stroud.
Yeah, they need
to. Broncos Bears 2-0 for teams. Denver's only favored by 3.5. I have Denver winning by more than 3. I think Denver's a better team than this is giving them. Obviously, we know the game that happened last week. They got 70 hung on them. It is what it is. But I think they're a better team than 3.5 against the Bears because I think the Bears are very bad too.
Yeah. This is a make or break game. I think there's more pressure on the Broncos to win this game than the Bears because they're so low of expectations for the Bears that if the Broncos lose this game, there will be heads on the chopping block if the Broncos lose this game.
Yeah.
Like, people will be calling for Sean Payton's neck if they lose this game. So I think this game has a lot more to do with the Broncos, and I think that they win this game.
They fucking better, bro.
Yeah. Imagine if the Bears put up, like, 35. It's like 35-10. Imagine what's going on in the Broncos building at that point.
Yeah, I'm dropping Russell Wilson if that fucking happens.
It's going to be insane. So.
All right, Steelers-Texans. Steelers favored by 3. I have conflicted thoughts about this game because the Texans are playing well. So it looks like they're starting to get some kind of chemistry, something going on there.
How long can it last, though?
Yeah, and Steelers have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a close game. I haven't at this very second. I haven't decided who I think is going to win. I want the Texans to win.
I do too.
I want to see a team.
I'll go Texans. But the Steelers, it's a low-scoring game. The Steelers keep it really, really close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Steelers, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Vikings, Colts, 2-0-3 teams.
Vikings,
one
Colts.
team. Yep. 0-4.
Vikings, Panthers.
I wrote down Vikings, Colts.
No, it's Vikings.
Are you
Panthers.
sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Let me look.
It's Vikings, Panthers, Colts.
Okay,
Rams.
if I wrote that down, then I fucked up a different game too. It is. I think it is Vikings, Panthers because
it's my lock.
Okay, so what it is. Okay, hang on. Let me see. I got to see what else I fucked up then. Because Vikings play. I mean,
Panthers.
Colts play the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't give a fuck about Colts Rams, so we're not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, no.
That was the even game. I think
line.
we were talking about that when I was writing
you wrote it down.
That's why I did that.
I like the Vikings in this against the Panthers. The line's 4 right now.
Okay, and the Colts are not 0-3. The Panthers are. Vikings and Panthers 0-3 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota's only favored by 4. They're winning by more than 4.
They're winning by more than 4. That's my lock this week.
Ass, bro.
That's my lock for NFL this week.
Who's the Panthers quarterback? We don't need to talk about locks
Andy
yet.
Dalton.
We'll talk about that at the end.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah. We'll talk about the locks at the end, but
okay.
But yeah, Vikings are winning this game by at least 10.
Yeah.
They have something to prove. Cardinals 49ers. It's very tough that they have to play the 49ers after what they did last week because the 49ers are fucking good. And as much as I want to see my boy Josh Hobbs succeed, I don't think it's going to happen this week.
I don't think the magic will happen this week.
Don't think it's going to happen this week. San Francisco's favored by 14, and I mean Cardinals are going to fight, but like.
I mean, yeah, the 49ers are going to win this game.
I think it's going to be.
And the 49ers have not scored less than 30 points this year in a game, so take that as you will.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, if Josh Dobbs comes out and gets a dub, you better throw that money down on MVP, bro.
We getting Josh Dobbs jerseys if they beat the 49ers?
Fuck yes. I need to anyways.
Yeah.
Have all my money in Josh Dobbs cards instead.
Yeah, facts.
Last game, NFL game I want to talk about, Chiefs-Jets. Zach Wilson gets to play in front of Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Chiefs over by 8.5. I think they're going to fuck them up.
That line has gone down. It started at 10 at the beginning of the week.
Well, I think that's more where it should be.
What, 10?
Yeah. Jets are ass.
I mean, Jets have a good defense.
Yeah, but they're not going to score.
Yeah.
They're not going to score.
It's going to be
they're not going to score more than 10 points.
It's going to be like 18-0.
No, the Jets are dead ass not going to score more than 10 points.
Okay, yeah, I believe it.
And the Chiefs are scoring more than 8.5.
Yeah. Okay.
8 points, so.
Yeah, I agree. I have the Chiefs covering.
All right. Our lock of the weeks. Go bet this. Don't come shit on me if you lose money. I don't condone betting.
Tail at your own risk.
My first one, Michigan versus Nebraska. Okay, actually, don't tell mine this week because I literally did this in 3 minutes. I didn't do any research. So, tail next week. As of this week. This is what I came up with in 5 minutes. Michigan versus Nebraska. Michigan's favored by 17. I have Michigan winning by more than 17. That's kind of, now that I think about it, it's kind of risky. But Nebraska is ass. Jeff Sims is ass, and he turns the ball over like 5 times a game. So, I'm going to go Michigan wins by 18 or more.
Yep.
Florida versus Kentucky. Kentucky's favored by 1. I think they win by more than 1 because Florida's absolutely dog shit, in my opinion. I know they beat Tennessee. I don't want to hear about that, but we all know Florida's bad. Broncos, Bears. Denver's only favored by 3.5. We talked about that game already. They're going to win by 4 at least. And then Alex Madison over 50.5 rushing yards. The reason I picked this is because first he's on my fantasy team. Second of all, he started out absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Last week he had 93 yards. Started to pick it up a little bit, so I think he's gonna get in this. Did they got who else did they get? Did they get a new running back?
Who?
The Vikings.
Cam Akers.
That's good. That's what I was thinking. But I don't think he's gonna play a role.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Madison over 50 rush yards.
Okay.
What are your locks?
My lock for NFL is going to be Vikings cover 4 points against the Panthers. My lock for college football is the LSU Fighting Tigers cover 2.5 against Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then my NFL prop, I love C.J. Stroud. I love what the Texans are doing. But I think he throws his first career pick this week against that good Steelers defense. I would take the over on C.J. Stroud at a half a pick on Prize Picks.
Okay.
Those are my locks this week.
Okay. I like it. I like the Stroud one.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this before we get off here real quick just because somebody just sent this to me. Colorado's Travis Hunter went bowling with Colorado State's Henry Blackburn after the hit.
That's the kid that hit him?
Yeah.
They hung out?
Yeah. They went bowling.
That's cool. Are they homies now? I guess so.
Travis Hunter's classier than I'd be because bro.
That's crazy.
For your star player or as a star player to be knocked out before your team's first 2 biggest games of the year, and on a dirty, it was a dirty.
Yeah,
it was after the play. Like everybody knows that. So
yeah,
shout out Travis Hunter for being a guy.
Yeah.
Just like
shout out for him being a good
dude,
a
good human,
and good spirits about it, I guess. But that's cool. That's good that they made up and that they're cool about it and moved on from it. So
yeah, good for them.
Good, love to see it.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. This shit better be recording when I rock on that camera. And
we'll see how our picks
you got
do
any
next
final
week.
Remarks?
I'm excited for this weekend. I'll definitely be watching the Utah-Oregon State game tomorrow and enjoying a nice weekend of not having to stress about Ohio State football and just getting to enjoy the
Utah-Oregon State's tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. It's Friday night.
Bet.
Yep. Nice little primetime Friday night game.
We need to get hella followers so we can just put a TV up right here. Got my cable box right here. Where'd I put it? It's in the closet. Put a TV up right here, and then we can just stream college football games.
Nice. That would be dope.
have all our subs and our Swifties in here just like learn about football.
Yeah.
Hang on. Before we wrap this up, let's make sure it's recording.
We good?
We're rolling, baby.
All right, let's go.
First take. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Appreciate y'all listening, Swifties. I hope you're still here. We're here to teach you all about football. I really do. What's the future look like? What are we talking about next week? We need to do. We need to
does against the Jets.
Definitely that. We need to do an NBA episode. We got some NBA fans that are waiting for that. So
training camp starts next week, officially for all teams, and then preseason games start the week after.
Yep, I'm excited to be going to Thunder games again.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Appreciate y'all listening.
Yes, sir. See you later.